poetry cartels love their molds. High walls, low ceilings for the cookies. They have their workshops, MFA culture, publishing houses, residencies, fellowships, and absurd amounts of money, sometimes in the wrong hands. The structure is huge and barreling fast. But within these molds, and outside of them, we have our dissidents, our avant-gardeners, our mimes, and our clowns who ring the doorbell of the machine and dash. The best of these poets are atrociously well-read, rhetorically armed, and just a little bit nuts. Our first reader, Henry Goldkamp, is a bit more than a poet. He's a bit, sometimes. But he plays the poetry game. He exists in the poetry world and has for some time now. For slightly intricate reasons, he's getting his MFA. He's been published by Best New Poets 2021, and he goes to that monstrosity of a writers' conference, AWP. Henry plays the game. Henry plays the game the cartels run. But Henry doesn't just play the game. He plays the game. He plays them. Henry fucks with the institution because he thinks, or at least asks me when I share my poems with him, what's at stake here? Who is laughing? A year ago, Henry gave me a book called Discovering the Clown. It was just as it sounds, finding and cultivating the clown within. The book was good, but the inscription he left in the cover epitomizes Henry's wit and humor, which congeals into his one-of-a-kind gymnastics, sometimes extreme poetics. In a matter of seconds, without seeming to even think of something clever to scribble, he wrote, "To the natural, on your 33rd birthday, may you make 33 more, because that makes 66, and that's 2/3 devil. Your friend, Henry." Henry spreads from underneath these high walls and down from the ceiling like a slime. He is what grows on the cookies after they've been left out. He's the penicillin we need every now and then to remind us poetry is bigger than the page. It can break printers, and the institution could use a little squirt from the clavicle flower. Please join me in welcoming Henry Goldkamp.
Well, obviously, thank you, Cameron. That was so flattering, and I'm very touched, and I think you've prepared them all, so that's great. There is a little tiny disclaimer that I'll read before we start. It's called Magic Disclaimer. These poems depend on audience participation. They cannot happen without you. However, I too understand the feeling of not being in the mood. So if I approach you, but you would rather not participate, simply close my eyes and you will disappear, okay? So, for example, who is somebody that definitely does not want to participate tonight? Can you just raise your hand? She's like, definitely does not want to participate tonight. Laura. Okay, so this is how it works.
The answer is no.
All you gotta do is you just close my eyes, and then you disappear. So you won't have any part of it. Just like that. It's that simple, y'all. It's really that easy. And you know, we'll just proceed. You close. I just had a thought. You close your eyes. Okay. You close your eyes, and then I'll disappear. Okay. Before we get started, this next poem is called Calibration Poem, but I wanted to get a quick sound check first. Usually sound checks are best done. Is there anybody in here that would consider themselves an avid reader? Do we have an avid reader in the audience? It's a poetry reading. We don't have any avid readers. Maybe just a reader, casual reader in the audience. I need to calibrate the mic, and she's swatting hands away. No, we can't calibrate the mic. I just need somebody that's usually the avid readers. That's perfect. Daniel. How's this sound?
Great.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's switch. How's this?
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not
Okay.
bad.
I think we could do better though. You know what? Maybe take a seat here. Nothing?
Nada.
Nothing. Okay. Hold me back. Okay. I'm thinking. Okay, but you can hear this okay. This is what we're used to. Let me try this. Oh. Is this, you little shit? Whoa, sorry. Okay, that went to my head. There's something about being high up. I wanted to read Robert Browning or something. I'm not going to do that. That's not fair to you. I'm sorry that I said that. Let's try and reverse it a little bit. Maybe let's try calibration. There we go. Okay. Calibration foam. How does this sound?
Pretty good.
Can you do a little more pressure? Oh, calibration poem. Calibration poem. Okay, pretty good. Kind of hurts though. You know, I just kind of want to get this as close to the page as possible. I'm thinking, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
What's your lucky number?
8.
Okay. You can take your. I think maybe if I just calibrate, maybe let's do the right eye. Let me just hold it up, and then if I can just calibrate, calibration poem. Calibration poem. Pretty close. The thing is tricky. Page. It doesn't really do much. It's like the book, you know. It's like the book. So if we just kind of do the guide right here. Good. Pages can be really difficult for people like me. Kind of like, what do they call them? A peep show. I think you're right. I was thinking about a staring contest. Should we have a staring contest? Maybe so. You'd like to lose the book. Let's lose the book tonight, y'all. Oh. Thank you. That's calibration, Colin. This is called the evolution poem. First, you invent the knife. Then, you invent the wine. Okay, for this next bit, this is a simple thing. It's not that involved. Give it up for all the audience participants. Deserve a round of applause, which we'll save at the end. But thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Is there anybody out there that has a cell phone on their person? I need 3 people with a cell phone on their person that knows how to scroll on it. Yeah? Great. Could you come up and bring your phone? Could somebody else come up and bring their phone? Please. Thanks. Anybody else want to do it? Somebody else needs. Yeah, please. Can you? Thank you very much. Could you take your phone out? And you put a seat right here. Thank you. You can take a seat right here if you want. Thank you. Could you get your phones out and just look at them? And just maybe check Instagram or just scroll through them. The only thing I'd ask is just pretend we're not here. Okay? Thank you. objective poem. Thank you all very much. Can someone, without a care in the world, please shout out their phone number?
504.
Standard messaging rates apply. Thank you. Okay. 504
344
344
6976.
6976. That's 504
344
344
6976.
6976. And your phone is on and on your person?
Yes.
This is called difficult poem. We're going to put a pin in that, and I'm going to come back. You already got it.
Ready? No, I haven't got nothing yet, but I'll wait. Oh, there we are.
So you got it?
Whatever it is.
Can you please, as loud as you can muster, describe to the audience the text you received?
It is a man with a bare hood in a trash kitchen. Doors ripped off the seams. And there's a box of Cheez-It with all the Cheez-Its on the floor.
That's exactly right. Thank you. This is called stylish poem. Is there anybody that's a hairstylist? Why don't you come on up, Laura? Oh, right, of course. I just want to look exactly like this photograph of Brad Pitt circa 1999. Oh, of course.
Yes.
I'm kind of blushing. I don't need to blush in the middle of my poetry show, but yeah, that'd be nice.
Are you trying to
Yeah, jobs are important to people like me.
Yeah.
They don't come very frequently.
Ah, yeah, that's a bullet problem.
We got a job now.
I do. Yes, I'm a licensed worker. I have no idea how to do this.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's my first. I'm licensed.
So it's the licensing that's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
This is no problem though, right?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Because the resemblance is uncanny, no?
Yes. Yeah, we're on our way already.
I think I have enough confidence to go on with the show.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
ready. Thank you.
You look ready.
I agree.
You're about to succeed.
So does he. Thanks. Thanks, Laura. Give it up to Laura. Come on. All right, now that I got a whole new do, it's called God Poem. Look. 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 God poem. This is called Consolation Prize. This one can go badly, so I hope someone comes up in a spirit of good humor. Is there anyone having a bad day out there? Is anybody kind of having a bad day? Kind of a rough day, maybe a rough weekend? You had a rough weekend? You had a rough day?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes, sir.
You should come up. Come up.
No.
It's really okay. Nobody's gonna hurt you. It's completely harmless. I knew you had it in you.
Okay. All right.
All right, give her a round of applause. Get her up here. All right. You had a bad day today?
Not awful.
Not awful.
Amazing.
You want to take a seat, it looks like? Take a seat. No, take a seat. This looks like you want to sit down. Take a seat.
All right.
All right. Maybe you could just tell us about your bad day. Just where did it start? Where did it begin? Where did it start going wrong? And I'm gonna help you. Okay? I'll help you.
What do you want from me, sir?
Well, when did it first go wrong? When did it first go
When
wrong?
did it first go wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have a microphone.
I know. When did it first go wrong?
When did your bad day first go wrong?
Probably when I woke up.
Why?
I just, to be honest with you, it's too much.
What? Your life?
Yes. I have to put on that.
You're doing great. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, it looks like
I'm just helping you. I'm just helping you put it on.
Oh, fun.
You guys, you should keep talking about your bad day though.
I don't have to. Okay, you just need to know it was a bad day. Now you're out. And you're. Oh God. I get a whole costume.
But it's good if you talk about your bad day.
I can't. What do you want from me, sir?
Well, when did it first go wrong? When did it first go wrong?
When did it first go wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have a microphone.
I know. When did it first go wrong?
When did your bad day first go wrong?
Probably when I woke up.
Why?
I just, to be honest with you, it's too much.
What? Your life?
Yes. I have to put on that.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, it looks
I'm
like
just
I
helping
do.
you. I'm just helping you put it on.
Oh, fun.
You guys, you should keep talking about your bad day though.
I don't have to. Okay, you just need to know it's a bad day. And you're. Oh God. I did a whole costume.
But it's good if you talk about your bad day.
I can't in this.
You just gotta project. But we can trust that she had a really bad day, right? I believe her. I believe
Not
her.
anymore.
So the good news is, my friend, is that you win the most famous animal.
Wow.
Bad day is bad no more. You can go back to where you needed to be.
Can I take this off now?
Sure, if you want to.
If I want to.
I mean, if you
It's
want
a
to.
little suffocating.
That's. Tell me about it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
That's all you needed from me.
That's all I needed.
All right.
This is called Sheer Luck Poem.
What the fuck was that?
The job of the parent is to teach the child about humanity.
It's just enough.
No matter what you do, you're guaranteed to succeed. Don't worry, I get dressed up too. This poem is called Ode to the Cult Leader. B,
C.
D,
W.
F. You're out of the cult. G,
A.
out. H, I,
K.
J, K,
Lemon up.
L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U,
Vagina.
V, W, X, Y, and
Zebra.
Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time,
Won't you?
won't you
Sing.
with
Me, 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 me.
Thank you. This is called Child's Honesty Poem. And I'm coming for y'all. Yeah, ugly. You're dumb. You're godless and without hope. This child's honesty poem. This poem's called Biggest Imagist in the Room. Who here does a pretty good horse impression? That's good. Who did that? Dacre, is that you? Who can do it? Come on up. Come on up. That's real good. I thought we had a real horse. I asked for a real horse for the show. I couldn't come up with one last minute. All right. Can you make the best horse noise you can? Into the mic, please. That's called Biggest Imagist in the Room. Thank you. This poem is called Pop Quiz. Pop quiz! What's the A word?
Arschloch.
No talking during the quiz, please. What's the B word?
What?
What's the C word? What's the D word? What's the E word? What's the F word? What's the G word? What's the H word? What's the I word? What's the J word? What's the K word? What's the L word? What's the M word? What is the N word? What is the O word? What is the P word? What is the Q word?
What is the S word? What is the T word? What is the U word? What is the V word? What is the W word? What is the X word? What is the Y word?
These will be collected after the show, and it will be graded on a sliding scale. I have one last poem. It's called Ode to the Simple Life. Fucking dying over here. Thank you.
One more time for Henry, everybody. All right, everybody, have a seat. Thanks so much for sticking around. We're gonna change the pace just a little bit. Our next reader, you are eating cake in celebration of our next reader being the recipient of Tilted House, which is our press, our inaugural chapbook prize. So please give it up for Daniel Unger for winning this prize. There were lots of reasons why we love this manuscript. Out of 90 manuscripts, I expected or anticipated like 50, but we got 90, and we picked two: Danielle's Dear Egg and Cities as Fathers, which is by Olga Nikolaevna from San Diego. So one more time for Danielle and all of our readers and everyone who helped us make this happen. And I'm going to let our literary editor and good friend Christine Swan introduce Danny. So this is Christine, everybody.
Oh my god, I wooed myself by mistake. Where's Danny? Okay. Danny and I both live in New Orleans, obviously, but I actually met Danny in a poetry workshop on Zoom, run by this Bay Area poet that I am obsessed with. Anyways, I was like, oh my god, you're from New Orleans. And here we are. Okay. All right. For anyone who likes things to be encapsulated into neat, attractive packages, Daniel Unger's first chapbook, Dear Egg, will check every OCD box. Each little prose poem follows a consecutive date and is addressed to this mysterious egg. Who is this said egg? Danielle calls these poems love letters in incubation. Is the egg the poem itself? Precious, fragile, in the mysterious space before being born? That forbidden place that all poets tried to go to? Is the egg or a boy or a girl or whatever with a delicately egg-shaped head? Is the egg a little caviar thing that lives in the womb and refuses to come out? Or is the egg some version of the poet who has not yet been born? I love the first poem in this book, which begins with a Kafka-esque tunneling into the body. Unger writes, "There's a tender region a few centimeters into my ear canal that I like to stick my long pinky nail into so that I can scrape at a small scarred patch of flesh. ... That tiny spot inside my ear, deep enough that I've never seen it, almost out of reach." The poem is a coy clue into how we should read the collection. We're going to explore the tiny spot deep enough you've never seen it, almost out of reach. We all have that place, Unger knows. And though you can't see it, it itches because it's there. Because buried deep inside our body, there is another irrefutable body. Maybe an egg, a soul, some perfect idea just out of reach. What I like most about Dear Egg is its humanity. It does not condemn us. It does not seek to alienate, to point at itself and say, I'm smart. I don't trust people who do that. Danny Unger uses exclamation points. She poses questions whose sole purpose is to make us smile. In her second poem, she writes, Dear Egg, driving home from work today, I saw a man standing on the side of the road holding one hemisphere of a watermelon aloft in his outstretched hand. What an odd method of advertising. What more can I say in fruit-related news? Unger pokes fun at herself and her weird vegan lunches, how most of the things I own are stained, because the speaker reads books while eating. The poems in Dear Egg strive to be likable, as all poems should, because poems should try to become some other poet's epigraph, some other poem's tombstone. They should make it to someone's fridge. And in her down-to-earth way, Unger sneaks moments of incredible beauty alongside her revelations of the self. Another Dear Egg ends, farther down Esplanade Avenue, I spotted a single file line of nuns walking the sidewalk, stark and regal like swans. Remembering how terrified I was when I got lost during a childhood trip to the aquarium reminds me that I've changed a lot. We've all had these softer moments of self-recognition, and it takes a gentle, keen mind to stop and notice it and translate these mushier moments of life into such precise, distilled poems. Unger tells us in this deeply satisfying first book to treasure the strangeness and mundane in this life. They come hand in hand. As she finishes another egg, two women in dressing gowns converse in my kitchen over midnight snacks about their encounters with the therapeutic process, and one of them is me. Disembodiment, deep embodiment, cute, scary, sweet, punk, plain-spoken and secretive, ordinary and uncanny, Dear Egg and Danny Unger is everything.
I know you were expecting Danny, but I promise I'm a lot more palatable. I'm sorry I'm so friendly at parties. I'm sorry I'm so thirsty at midday, and at night I have mundane stress dreams with unmemorable dialogue. I'm sorry that my hair hasn't grown past my shoulders lately. A muted brunette, except where it sprouts unruly from my body. I'm sorry that my mind is an ambrosia jello mold lately. A retro cholesterol monstrosity, not museum ready or worthy. I'm sorry I'm the near opposite of that manic pixie dream girl archetype. I'm a depressing, giant nightmare woman. A misplaced drunken missive. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I took the most perfect shit in the shape of an equal sign this morning. And then I felt so lonely because even my two turds were snuggled side by side together. I'm sorry I can't shut up about my struggle and that my masturbation isn't quite ambidextrous yet. I'm sorry I live from epiphany to epiphany, that there was a ritual and I missed it. I'm sorry this utopia sucks and that you can't make returns without a receipt on behalf of my imperfections. I'm sorry I'm bad at letting things fizzle, like a soda bottle that doesn't breathe before it opens. offering to St. Anthony. She drank with a diligence. A take both gloves off, double knot your shoelaces, and let's get to work kind of diligence. And she rendered herself a workman's comp incapacitated, a consolation prize kind of invalid with a ghastly enthusiasm. She drank as if she saw the ghost of Mardi Gras past with his hair up in some deceptive, decorative coif. She drank to open pores, erect stray hairs, to quicken the blood, to outhuman her demons, to vanquish disinterest, invented or otherwise. She drank to thrill the cells with a haphazard. She drank to thrill the cells, noting a haphazard scattering of her possessions, poured over and left flanking the pavement. In slapstick mime of the term to throw a fit, she relinquished clumps of pink feather boa and a handful of love notes folded into quadruplicate, now lying there on the ground, sopping up evening mist, bloated and displaced from their creator. Fontainebleau State Park. It's such a radiant afternoon that I can't tell if mushrooms are the catalyst or the adjunct to joy. Cypress trees stretch securely out of a pond like tiny vertical islands. Gray canopies of moss veil bright green leaves beneath, crowing, let's take this color scheme down a notch. Everything's a little bit psychedelic, a little bit sinister. A juxtaposition that not everyone's into. Giant green fan palms stretch their clawed hands in every direction, poised like monster paparazzi. People unfamiliar with the swamp's surreal attributes might shrug here. A mashup of Britney Spears and a Spanish language radio station blares from different acoustic sources as I pad down the lake shore, feet sinking with each granular immersion. Constellations of people are having a hell of a time. And I'm grateful for the ability to appreciate a reveling throng again. Is this what it's like to feel resolutely connected to something? Can I count the fathers manning grills, children tackling each other over frisbees, an energetic man in a Speedo playing 80s pop and gyrating as my family in this discrete internal moment? There is a pond between the lake and the parking lot where an alligator's back hump hovers just above iridescent, earth-hued liquid. It's rimmed with plants, a menu of different greens, a guidebook of different shapes and textures of vegetation. A turtle sits sunning itself on some camouflaged matter, lending it some hovering grace. A parable coalesces in which an alligator and a turtle take turns resting, charged by the sun, while I summon the gyrating man in the Speedo to join me in trotting rings around this teeming waterhole. July 3rd. Dear Egg, flash flood warnings bombarded me as an alarm clock this morning. The ominous tones were more of a blessing than a curse after last night's insomnia. Tell me something about the weather forecast on the day that you were born. What would it mean if this was something that I could intuit? I'll take a stab. Born on a dark but clear night. The rainbow of rain-slicked cars parked along my block of the street read as a conspiracy, a demented Tetris. July 2nd. Dear Egg, driving home from work today, I saw a man standing on the side of the road, holding one hemisphere of a watermelon aloft in his outstretched hand. What an odd method of advertising. What more can I say in fruit-related news? You can either emphasize the saccharine quality or emphasize the brief timeline before it rots. The dwarfish frozen blueberries that we smashed into each other's faces last week have been cleared from the freezer since you left to go on tour. Isn't it perfect how the small ones are the wild ones? July 4th. Dear Egg, the best thing about me is that I can't really lie. Have you ever described where your house was to someone you hardly know, only to discover they already knew? Disclaimer, most of the things I own are stained, like the books I read while eating. My self-sabotaging multitasking leaves a greasy trail over my possessions, like a splotchy rash. I've continued to experiment with different bedroom temperatures in your absence, and this morning I woke up covered in tiny red bumps. I've decided that the truest thing for them to write on my headstone is, she tried. July 9th, Dear Egg. Speeding past a store called Big Boy Discount today, with both car windows rolled down, had me thinking deeply. What would the emotional consequence of reporting there each day, either for patronage or employment, and trying to interpret that store's name anew? You can normalize anything or ignore it if you have the right kind of brain. Compartmentalization sounds richly productive these days, but I'm more into total synthesis. A world where the big boy discount, the bad boy discount, and the good boy discount are this year's holy trinity. July 14th, Dear Egg. By now you must have become an expert in the mock geography of regional distinctions, interpreting highway foliage patterns, state birds, fast food chains, and the like. I know I used to feel that I knew something about this field, but for years I've been sequestered in a swampy context so particular I've forgotten it. Is it weird that I'll Wikipedia things I already know that I know just to confirm them to myself? Or is this just a shame? Next time I'm sitting on your bed, you can show me a container your crises can fit into. July 19th, Dear Egg. Waking up with my chipped toenail polish in your face on the futon of my friend's spare room sounds like a fantasy build by my younger and rougher self. A sewing machine and tangles of loose yarn cement the ambiance of this glorified craft room. Above the door frame's entrance, a painted cardboard cutout of a butt plug hovers, larger than life performance prop turned iconic apartment decor. This upright plug, alertly pastel, like a glyph of an arrow, signifying ascendance. Sketching this moment into my thoughts in case it is another clue into the algorithm of lasting love. July 29th. Dear Egg. The urge tests the limits of how awake one can be. My body is a guinea pig for genuine chemical reactions. My body is a damn obligation, a soft wrapper for the mind's pandemonium. I remember walking around the grounds of my middle school in 8th grade and feeling like my butt was so big, it was like an entity I had to haul behind me. This is a reminder that I've always been wise yet disillusioned. If making something heavier and more convoluted was a federal crime, then I'd be one of those seasoned lifers stamping aluminum into license plates. July 31st, Dear Egg. Moved not one muscle today, yet the impossible still proved possible. Bedecked in souvenirs from your month away, a pig nose, a bolo tie, a sweater the color of a urinal cake. I laughed like a mutant beauty. I have never been on the receiving end quite like this before, but it feels like a specific bird call that only we are attuned to. If we keep on making plans and then not doing them, maybe we can stretch this thing out for a while until things lose their elasticity. Can you remind me why rescuing is all the rage right now and why I have to test everything out with my mouth? Thank you.
Opportunity, everybody. All right. Yes. So that is slated to be published early 2023. So try to get it out.
Is that what you mean to get by?